Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. Yes, sorted it all out. Right, so we're back tonight with round 3 of P1 Racing Community's Super GT GT500 series. Have we got any other cars? Oh, still seems to be the majority Supras, but it is what it is. So we're back for live round 3, live from Trial Mountain tonight. We've got a 5-minute qualifying, followed by a 15-minute sprint race, followed by a 30-minute endurance race. Evening, Mr. Pugwash, holidays for you. Okay, no racing for Mr. Pugwash tonight. We've got a couple of new drivers in the lobby as well. We'll have to see how they get on tonight. A couple of them, I think I might have seen one or two of them, one of them before, I think, Mulsanne 01. But yeah, that's the lineup for tonight. Let me just flick through and have a look at scores quickly. So leading the way at the minute is Obi-Wan with 70 points, followed by Mocking Weeks in second with 61 points. Ice Chand in third with 57 points. Fourth for Manny with 49 points. Fifth for Dylan, 43 points on board for him. Dazzler in sixth with 42 points. Got Campo in seventh with 39 points. Pilgrim in 8th with also 39 points, joint 7th. Tyre Slayer in 9th with 37 points. Wrecking Ball Racing in 10th with 26 points. Got Nick Vick and P1 Apache both on 18 points for joint 11th. Skippy in 13th with 16 points. And Captain Pugwash 14th with 12 points. But again, Captain Pugwash in the chat, so not racing tonight. So that is points up until now. Let's chuck ourselves in the lobby. Merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. Hit me up. Oh, I've missed one out. That one. Boom. That's what you're meant to be seeing. I've still got plenty of stickers. Not many T-shirts left. Tiny ones, really. Evening. How are we all doing tonight? Let me turn the sound on so you can hear the cars and that sort of stuff. Mr. Pugwash, can you just let me know whether it's coming through all right? You can hear things okay. I have been faffing. I've deleted a lot of stuff. So I'm hoping that all the sound's coming through okay, and I can see it's jumping up and down on the old graphs and stuff, so something's going somewhere. Okay, so new drivers. Who have we got in this lobby tonight then? Dylan, Obi, Nick Vick, Apache, Tyre Slayer, Manny, Ice Chand, Mocking, Ban Daily, that's one of the new drivers. Dazzler, Skippy, Mulsanne 01, another new driver. Ricky J, Pilgrim and Fudder, an absolutely jam-packed lobby. Me being the 16th and final man on track. Not that I'm on track, but you know. All good, thank you very much. So this is what you'll see most of on track is Supras everywhere, because that's pretty much what everyone had to pick. But we'll flick through, see what else we've got on track. Honda NSX, there's a couple of those on track. Another Supra, Obi-Wan in the lonely Nissan GTR. Everybody else has gone Supras. Again, there's one or two Honda NSXs. That's got to be Wrecking Ball Racing. That's the right colours. And everybody else has gone for the Supra. Yeah, again, so mostly, oh, that's Wrecking Ball Racing. It's mostly Supras. We've got one or two NSXs and this man in his lonely GTR, but it seems to have been working for him, obviously leading the championship, so, you know, something's working somewhere. So we'll have a 5-minute qualifier. That will kick off. In fact, I'm going to put the nonsense on now. So we'll have a 5-minute qualifier and then we jump into the first race, which is 15 minutes. And then in between race 1 and race 2, I'm going to do a random number generator between 1 and 11. And we are going to choose how many drivers swap around. So qualifying just about to get underway then. A tricky circuit, Trail Mountain. Is it Trial Mountain, Trail Mountain? Which one is it? It's Trial Mountain. Everybody just merging into each other as they get out of the pits here. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of a lap then into turn 1 through the S's in the woods. Stay away from those rocks. Into the first of the tunnels then, left-hander 90 degrees. Sorry, it's almost hairpin, apologies. It feels like a 90 degree when you're going through there. Through this right hand, tightens up a little bit through here, gets a little bit tricky. Just wants to send you out to that left-hand side, and injuries incoming if you hit the walls through there, through this little right-hander then into this next tunnel. This is the left-hander I thought it was. Into the next tunnel, big long sprint down here then. Again, opportunities to overtake, big long straight over the hill. Obi just staying out of the way of everybody. Letting everybody come through. Not fighting anyone on the outlap, what's the point? Back up the hill here. Massively wide corner, but really only one good way through there without losing too much time. Back through some more S's then, into the woods again. There's a few corners that are coming up. Just over a 90 degree left. Punch down the hill. See everyone just swerving, just opening up those times, warming their tyres up. That's a lot going through. Jay going through. A couple of drivers still behind Obi, but a long way back. See, just letting everybody get out of the way. Everybody will be starting their hot laps now. That's not the way you want to be starting it, Obi. Clattering into the wall. No damage on, but never mind. It's going to slow him down a little bit, maybe not carrying as much speed through that final corner as he'd wished, but let's get ourselves back up to the front then. So Monkey Week's leading us around this qualifying session. Why do I feel like it's dark in here? What? Light turn on. There we go. Bit of extra. Monkey Week's changed his livery again this week. Has he? Apex Motorsport for him? Nice looking livery. There's a few different liveries on tonight, Mulsanne. It must be autumn where he lives. There seems to be a lot of leaves stuck to his car. Big Vic then, first of the NSX drivers. Maybe connection still looking a bit janky there, Mr. Vic, I think. See as it goes around corners, just a little bit jumpy, doesn't like to go around there smoothly. Dylan just keeping out of the wall there as well, so we haven't got lap times coming in then. Dylan up into second. It was bound to be a fast lap, but maybe that little clatter into the wall just costing him a little half a second penalty for Mocking Weeks to get rid of as well, so that's this lap thrown in the bin. Brown Fizzy Pop time. Other brown fizzy pops are available. But I like the red one. The red brown fizzy pop. So Dylan into that second position, also picking up himself up a penalty. Skippy in third. The maniac from Australia that gets up at the crack of dawn to race with us lot. Apparently my mum says hi. See it? Hi mum. Okay, into the final lap of this qualifying session. It's now or never for everybody. Over that 5 minutes, who's just coming up to the line there? Who's that? Come on. Sorry for the flicking. I know it's giving you epilepsy or something. It is a footer up to the line. What time's he going to put in? Oh, he stays 15th. Maybe penalties for both laps, or no? Wings down towards the line. He gets it sideways out of the last corner, but he's got a penalty on board anyway. So down towards the line, he stays first for the time being, obviously. Don't know who that was coming up behind him. Dylan. This lap thrown in the bin as well, I think, with that penalty. Yeah, so stays second. Skippy stays third. Apache in fourth. Pilgrim down towards the line in fifth. Will he stay there though? Oh no, Apache's come through to take that fifth off him. Oh, no, somebody else. Who's that? Sorry, it's Obi-Wan who snuck through. We'll have a look at official grid positions once everybody's crossed the line. It is Mocking Weeks on pole, Dylan's second. There's one driver just creeping down the start-finish straight. Obi-Wan in third, he came through at the last minute to sneak in there then. Pilgrim fourth, Skippy fifth, Apache in sixth, Dazzler seventh, Bullsalt in eighth, we've got Manny in ninth, Tyre Slayer in 10th, Nick Vick in 11th, Ice Chand in 12th, Ben Daly in 13th, and I missed the last two. The last two were Ricky J in 14th and Footer in 15th. Oh, not actually getting a lap time in there, Footer, for some reason. Okay, 15-minute sprint race coming up here then at Trial Mountain. It'll be a bit punchy off the line. Getting straight into turn one, tightens up, loads of tricky little corners. Yeah, there you go, Mocking Weeks even just giving a little bit of a shout there in the PlayStation chat. Just be careful, turn one. Just take your time. Take your time, boys. Or girls. Come on. Come on. Not impatient. Right, here we go then. Hopefully we get no false starts. That could cause absolute chaos. Mocking Weeks leading the way then. Can he hold it into turn one? He's been held on the grid a long time. Right, let's go on then. Oh, we've got someone in reverse. Dazzler's in reverse off the line. No, absolute chaos. Sure. The driver's done that before. It might have even been Dazzler. Mocking Weeks then trying to hold that lead into turn one. Oh, Dylan's pressing him though. Side by side through turn three into the... oh, Obi's coming through there. Three wide coming into this. The Maniacs. Dylan has worked his way through then on board with Mocking Weeks. Losing that lead into third position then. Dylan getting through, Obi getting through. Big pile of Supras. Looking to get through these S's cleanly. It's all going to start opening up at the bottom of this hill. Mocking Weeks in a good position here, gets a good exit out of there. He's not going to go for the move. He's going to use the little bit of bump draft to help Obi-Wan and himself close the gap up on Dylan in front. Maybe go for the move. And both swing out then past the first place driver. What's going to happen here? Let's drop that camera back out to external view. that. So Obi squeezes through into the lead. Dylan manages to slot back into that second position. Weeks in third, Manny fourth, then Ice Chan having a great start near the back of the pack, already fifth, Apache sixth, Mulsanne in seventh, Dazzler, he was in eighth, but Ben Daly just coming through, sorry, Ban Daly just coming through, Dazzler reversing off the grid in ninth. Call him out in the chat if you feel like it. I've called him out. NSX is side by side then. Got Pilgrim and Nick Vick. Tyre Slayer also in a NSX looking for a way through there. End of lap one, Dazzler into this inside, losing positions. Ricky J in 13th, Footer coming past him, carrying the speed. Side by side for those two. Oh, Skippy's been tangled up somewhere. Big dent on the front of his car. See him get it all wrong, but he's been off somewhere. He's down at the back now, unfortunately. Dylan out front though is starting to pull a little bit of a gap. Just about broken that toe. These boys need to work together to close that gap up. And there's a string of Supras charging down on them. A couple of lonely NSXs chasing them down. Skippy making up a position, gets himself back past Footer, back past Ricky J. Yeah, Footer not putting a qualifying lap in, not quite sure what happened there, but didn't get around to putting it. Well, he went around the track, but I'm not sure whether he picked up penalties or something. Dylan still within tow range. Oh, I missed that move. Obi's got it wrong. I didn't see Mocking Weeks get past you. Was that down at the bottom of the hill? Must have been. Obi then in third. So that's going to be the position to get the overtake done. But you've obviously got to stay bolted onto the rear end of the driver in front. Chan in fourth then. Good drive for him so far. Manny in fifth. He's got Apache in his slipstream. Mulsanne in his slipstream heading down turn one. Everybody going to the inside line looking for that defensive advantage. They're all closing up in each other into this first turn though. Apache just getting it a little bit wrong through there. Just opens the door up, allows Mulsanne to come through, I think. Still got the inside line to this next turn, but oh, he's binned it. Put the power down too early and he spun it into the wall. Mulsanne holds that sixth then. Ban Daly in seventh. Pilgrim in eighth. A little bit of a gap back to Tyre Slayer in ninth. 4.3 seconds. Closely chased by Nick Vick in 10th. Skippy in 11th. Not too far back in 12th. Apache getting himself back on track in 13th. Ricky J in 14th and Footer in 15th. Gap starting to open up at the back then. Still pretty tight here in the front. The NSX, sorry, the GTR has dropped off the pair of these two. 1.5 seconds back, starting to fall into the clutches of Ice Chand here. Manny not too far back either. Matte green, yellow of Ice Chand looming down on Obi. These two closing that gap back up. Dylan and Mocky Weeks, Supra and Supra. Get themselves on board. Both drivers then taking a little drag down the wall on the entrance to the start-finish straight. Still getting a tow here, Mocky Weeks, but he's got to be careful. Dylan doesn't just open that up and disappear. Third of the way through race one. Been all sorts of action already. Okay, that's where they're picking up the penalty. Coming through those first couple of turns at breakneck speeds, they're sort of jumping that second part of the corner. And if they get that wrong, well, it's going to be race over, I think. He's just trying to keep himself bolted onto the back end of Dylan coming into this long tunnel down the back straight. Needs to get a good run on him if he wants to make the move. Oh, Dylan nearly drags himself down the wall. Weeks then does chase him down. Slots himself back into the slipstream, looking for the different line on the way into this corner, trying to run around the outside here. Looking for the cut back up the inside, but Mocking Weeks gets the power on, keeps himself in front. And it is getting a little bit close behind as well. I just see Obi-Wan coming over the brow, being very closely chased by Ice Chan there as well in the background. Second then. Quarter of a second between them. Obi-Wan and Ice Chan. Oh, Ice Chan having to just take a void in action. Late break in, trying to catch up with Obi. Had to run around the back of him. Almost going to take him out. Manny not quite in attack range yet. Still looking for the toe down here. Still got Mulsanne, Bandali reasonably close, a little bit of a gap back to Pilgrim, the first of the NSXs. Yeah, that corner there seems to be where they, I think that's where they're picking up penalties. Not that one, this one. When they cut that corner a little bit too much, that's what's happening there. Tyres lane 9th, then Apache in 10th, reasonably close. Apache can stick with the slipstream. To chase down Tyre Slayer down that back straight. Just keep an eye on this. Still within toe range, whether he's close enough to get the move done before that hairpin at the bottom of the hill. He's had a great line through there though, very tight. Brings that time down between himself and Tyre Slayer. Don't think it's going to be enough before the bottom of the hill though. Down to 0.6 of a second. No chance. Needs to be a lot closer to get the move coming into the bottom of the hill. Right, I'll just give you a quick bit of epilepsy. See what's going on here. Dylan unable to get the position back coming down that back straight, so Mocking Week still holds the lead. Dylan's second, Obi holding third, but Ice Chan still chasing him down in fourth. Manny fifth, has closed that gap up. Brought Mulsanne along for the ride as well. Bandali's fallen back a little bit and he's picked up a tiny penalty. Maybe a little bit drifty through there as well. Pilgrim might be on for an overtake here then. A little bit far back maybe, but that half a second penalty is going to cost Bandali in front. Maybe not enough for Pilgrim to take advantage. No, not before turn one. Tyre Slayer holding that 9th. Apache having another go this lap in 10th. Skippy in 11th. 2.5 back from that pair battling in front. Nasler in 12th, out on his own really. 5.3 seconds in front of Skippy. 10.9 seconds back to this man, Ricky J. Nick, Vic and Fudder rolling around in the NSXs at the back. A couple of little dents on the front and rear of Nick Vic's car. Looks like he might have been backwards at a couple of points. Move just as we flick over. Dylan looking to get that position back off Mocking Weeks, coming up the inside of the hairpin. And he's got it. Mocking Weeks instantly slots into the slipstream. And needs to stick with him again. 11 minutes gone then in race one. Need to find me a random number generator soon. Can he? Oh, Mocking Weeks very close to clattering into the back of Dylan then. Just trying to stick with him as best he can. Both drivers keeping it out of the wall this time. Still kicking off behind as well. Look at this, Ice Chand all over the back of Obi. No room up the inside for him. Obi's gone mega defensive coming into turn 1. Look at this, Ice Chand. Again, just the defensive driving, unfortunately, is allowing a couple of other drivers to close up. There is Manny and Mulsanne getting involved in this fight now. Four-way battle for that final podium position. Ice Chand now having to go defensive with the attacks from Manny behind him. He's got to be careful they don't allow Obi to disappear. Maybe work together for these last couple of laps to try and close that down on him. So Mocking Weeks then a little bit too far back to get the move on Dylan, I think. Yeah, he's bringing that time down, but not enough to get him before they hit this corner at the bottom of the hill. Gets it down to under half a second. Late braking though for Mocking. Gets himself right on the tail of Dylan coming out of that corner. Obi still holding third. Ice Chand still holding fourth. Manny still holding fifth. Mulsanne holding sixth. Again, difficult track to get through on these S's especially. You've got to wait for those longer sections. Van Daly in 7th, a little bit of a penalty on board for him, but he's got enough room behind him. 2.9 seconds back to Pilgrim. Apache finally got past Tyre Slayer, into 9th for him then. Tyre Slayer in 10th. They've been at it for a couple of laps. It's interesting to see whether Tyre Slayer can get that one back before the end of the race. Skippy in 11th, closed that gap up on those two, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough properly get back involved in the fight before the end of the race. Dazzler very lonely at the minute. 5, nearly 6 seconds in front, 13 seconds behind to Ricky J. Ricky J finds himself with a penalty. Yeah, I think it's just on that second turn as they come out of this fast straight. The start-finish straight. Vic and Footer then. NSX not maybe not quite as quick as some of the other models on screen. So the Supra, very popular choice. I think most people have got this in the garage. Is it a free card? You get given it something, you win it or something? I don't know. But look at this, the gap opened up well and truly now. Dylan 1.3 seconds up the road from Mocking. 30 seconds left on the clock as well, so Dylan just making it work right at the end. Mediums on board for him in race 1. Mocking Week's gone for the softs in race 1. Obi holding third, Ice Chand fourth, whereas we were earlier. Manny still fifth, Mulsanne sixth. All trying to chase down that third position, but it is going to be, unless he bins it into the wall. It doesn't. Feathers the throttle around there, keeps it nice and controlled. Down towards the line then for first win of the evening then for Dylan. Hard fought with Mocking Week, swapping positions all the way through. Mocking comes home in second. Obi, by the skin of his teeth, takes third. Ice Chand comes home in fourth. I thought he was going to go for the move then just before the line. Manny takes fifth. Mulsanne sixth. Van Daly seventh. Pilgrim right behind him for eighth. Apache taking ninth. Tyre Slayer, unfortunately not able to get that position back, comes home in 10th. Skippy takes 11th. Dazzler 12th. Ricky J, last couple of corners. He's going to come home in 13th. Warning signs on his car. Stay the hell away from me, damn it. He's not called Wrecking Ball Racing for nothing. 13th then for Ricky J, and Nick Vick taking 14th and Footer taking 15th. There we go, race 1 done and dusted. Now then, random number generator time. is it still random number generator? Where are you? Why is it not in my... Why is it not? Right. Oh, there it is. There it is. The random number generator. Right. All right. I don't need you to verify if I'm human or not. Just get me random numbers. Okay. All right. See that? You see that? Random number generator. But I've got to change the criteria. So it's between 8 and 11. Not 18. 8 and 11. All right. 8 and 11. I'm just going to double check because, as mentioned in the chat, 8 and 15. See? I don't read the rules as much as I should. Right. That says 8 and 15 on there. All right, you might not be able to see it, but it does. Damn it. I'm going to press generate. It said 10 on the screen, right? Boom. 12. 12 is the number. Type it in the chat. 12 is the number. Legit. Not lying. Oh, I can't get the camera right. So it's not a full reverse grid. 12 drivers get reversed. That's a kick, isn't it? Other brown fizzy drinks are available. So reverse grid are coming up. Well, 12 drivers reverse grid. The rest as we were, and then we go for a bit of a punch up, same track but half an hour. Interesting to see what options people go for tyre wear. We saw a different swap between mediums and softs in race 1, and again, you know, Mocking Weeks was on the softs and didn't manage to make them work enough to get past Dylan, who was on the mediums. So is it going to get to the point where we've got to demand that people use softs in a race instead of mediums? I know everyone likes a set of softs, but we're not given a time for next race start. Be careful, turn 1, no time as of yet. Right, got to drop a top off, roasting. Yoink. Monster Diz in the house. How you doing, brother? Just waiting for race 2 to get underway. We've got a semi-reverse grid, so top 12 I get to pick. It's a random number generator between 8 and 12. And I've just done it, and it came out at 12. So, a little bit of a break then. Again, nobody actually chucking in chat what time the next race is going to start, so probably... Where can you see that? Here. 37. It's just popped up. Do I need to reverse this? Do I need to reverse my camera so it makes it work? I might have to do that. Let's see. That might even screw me up even more. I don't know. They're pretty decent, Diz, to be honest. They're pretty decent. You know, okay, there's only 3 of them. So we've got majority Supras. I've got, I think, 3 NSX and just poor old Obi in the GTR. But the GTR has been working for him. Maybe not so much at this track, but the first couple of rounds, well, he's obviously leading the championship and he's the only man in this car. I think after round 1, everyone was calling him out, trying to ban him, ban the car, you know, nerf it, put some weight in it, put parachute on the back, something. Okay, quickly then, just before we get into the next race, there are official results from race 1. Dylan taking that win, Mocking Weeks 2nd, Obi in 3rd, Ice Chan 4th, Manny in 5th, Mulsanne in 6th, Bandaley in 7th, Pilgrim in 8th, got Apache in 9th, Tyre Slayer 10th, Skippy in 11th, Dazzler 12th, Ricky J 13th, Nick Vic 14th and Fudder in 15th. And you can see majority is Supra. All the way down there. Lots and lots of them. So, let me get in now. Nonsense already on. Hopefully we don't get kicked out of the lobby and restart, so I've not got to put all that crap on again. Hopefully. Whoa, Skippy getting a swap on through there. Nice picture of P1 founder on the side of his car. Let's see if we can get a better look at that, shall we? There he is. Just a bit behind the door handle. Oh, that's not the best look. Just behind the door handle in the rear quarter look. Man himself, Stephen Morrill, set up the P1 group, brought us all together. And again, he was living out in Australia and ended up dragging Skippy along for the ride as well. So here we go. Grid all over the place. Dazzler leading us out. Skippy 2nd, Tyre Slayer 3rd, Apache 4th, Pilgrim 5th, Bandaley in 6th, Mulsanne 7th, Manny in 8th. Lights go on then. We'll have to get to the rest of the grid in a bit. Oh, it's not a great start from some. Bandaley not having the best of starts. At least Dazzler kept it in first gear this time. Blame Nottingham Forest. They're getting twitchy already. Big punch up happening at the back here. Let's get ourselves up with one of these rear and look at the chaos. Look at the chaos they're in. Look. There's Supras everywhere. Every mirror, every angle. Supra or an NSX. Into this long back straight then, going to see some positions swap early on. Everybody's swerving, looking for that toe look. Trying to get themselves into the tightest line possible. Nobody wanted to get a big buffet from the wind heading down here. Get ourselves back to the front then. Epilepsy. Oh, not too far. Double epilepsy. Skippy then has managed to force his way through to the front then. Got his way past Apache and Dazzler. Oof. Apache getting his way around Dazzler, but almost compromised his own line. Dazzler's coming back at him. I'm sure I've heard tyres squealing through there. Might be a car backwards in the background. Somebody's running slow. Apache holds on to that 2nd. Dazzler 3rd. Ice Chan all over the back of him at the minute for 4th though. Let's try and get up the inside here. Oh, great move by him. Leaving the door open a little bit. Has he left the door open for Manny? No, he hasn't. Oh, he has on the exit of turn, that final corner though. Down towards turn 1. Someone is way off the pace at the back. Obi in 6th. Mulsanne 7th, Dylan in 8th, Mocking Weeks 9th, Tyre Slayer 10th, Pilgrim in 11th, Nick Vic in 12th, Ricky J J 13th, Footer in 14th, Bandali all the way down 15th place, 3.5 seconds. Didn't have the best start though, Bandali. Maybe a little false start, maybe just slow off the line, maybe. A bit of work for him to do that. Look at the gap Skippy's got. Opened it up almost 2 seconds from Apache. Oof, I say that as it might not be Apache in a second. Nice Chan. Look at the line he's taken through there. Goes for the move then. Chasing down the Australian in front. Nobody threatening them. The inside of the inside. Apache is he able to get the power on, get back up the inside? No, he's not. So nice chance. Slots his way into second position then. Apache in third, still kicking off behind. Manny in fourth, Dazzler fifth, Dylan 6th, Obi 7th, losing a position. Dylan making his way through, getting a swap on though. Mulsan in 8th. Locking in at 9th. Still very close together, these boys. Tyre Slayer 10th. Pilgrim in 11th. Nick Vick in 12th. Mickey J 13th. Footer 14th. Still pretty close. Ben Daly still. Bandali. Ban, not Ben. Still trying to close that gap. Bringing it down a little bit. Still plenty of work to do though. Skippy losing a bit of time in the lead there. Nice Chan getting it down to 1 second. Soft as well for stint 1 versus Skippy. Skippy out on the mediums for stint 1, so obviously a different, a visible difference in speed. Nice Chando all over the back of Skippy for the lead at the minute. Already into 4th. Starting to get into some kind of order now then. So that was the 2 NSXs decide they're almost going to go side by side through these next couple of corners. Vic in the NSX as well. J in the Supra. Mediums on for him. NSX softs on for Footer. Bandali is bringing that time down. Medium tyres on, but closing the gap down to 1.4 on Footer. Nice Chan then through to the front at the bottom of the hill. He's just got to press now to try and break the gaps. Needs to make it work though. He's going to have to come in when he does have to drop those medium tyres on. That's where he's going to lose all that time to those other drivers who will be on the softer tyre for their second stint. There we go, Dylan already closing the gap on medium tyres though. Dylan making short work of the rest of the field at the minute. Apache 4th, Manny 5th, Mulsan 6th, being chased by Obi in 7th. Week struggling a little bit on the mediums maybe. Maybe trying to carry as much pace as he was in race 1 on the softs. Just catching him out here and there. NSX 9, 10 and 11 for Tyre Slayer. Pilgrim and... oh, where are you going, Pilgrim? Nick Vick, very slow through there, Pilps. He's going to drift on through there. He's had to let Nick Vick go through. Not sure what's happening with Pilgrim. Is he... he's got other things he's trying to take care of at home, I don't know, but he's maybe not quite concentrating on the track at the minute. J under a bit of threat here. Footer getting a good run on him down this straight. He's kicking off behind as well. Dazzler and Bandali pretty close. They were almost side by side, but I think Dazzler just managed to pull ahead. Can Footer go for the outbreak into this long corner? He backs out. Could have held your line through there, Footer, I think, as long as the brakes would have held out. Van Daly's got it wrong at the bottom of the hill. Lost all that time to Dazzler in front. Ice Chan then leading the race at the minute. 7.5 minutes in. 1.7 seconds lead over Dylan, who's already into second position on a set of medium tyres. Imagine what he's going to be like when he's on the softs. It's going to be disgusting. Ice Chan on the softs now, and he is being closed by Dylan on the mediums. That's what I'm saying. This guy, he's got a hotline to the bloke who made this. I'm not saying his name again every week. Kawasaki Yamada. Oh, Dylan! Is that the cheat line? Maybe not. A bit of dirt on those tyres. Skippy keeping himself in touch though. That gap is definitely coming down between Dylan and Ice Chand. Still just outside of slipstream range. So at the rate Dylan's closing up on him, it won't be for long. Boom, there it is. Told ya. Getting a fair bit of wear on Ice Chan's softs as well. Dylan just making the mediums work though. Look at this, down to 0.6 of a second. Skippy in third. Obi-Wan in fourth. Apache fifth. Mockin in sixth. There has been a little bit of swapping going on. Mulsar in seventh. Tyre Slayer 8th, Manny in 9th. What's happened to Pilgrim? Oh, there he is. Nick Vick got past him. Pilgrim. Oh yeah, he was running a bit slow, wasn't he? Lost a couple of positions. Nick Vick, no! Oh no! Oh, lucky. Oh, he span across track. Almost took out Pilgrim. No damage for either driver. Bloody hell, that was lucky. Jay. Threat now then, Dazzler and Fudder pretty close. Van Daly trying to get himself back involved as well. 2.5 seconds down at the minute. Those little tiger eyes need to light up a little bit brighter. Race leader now holding a penalty. Ice Chan got a chance to get that one back. 1/7 of a second. We're still getting a little bit of a swap on around some of these corners, is Dylan. No, there's Ice Chan backwards. He clips the wall on the way into the tunnel and it just spins him right round. Those medium tyres just let go going around that corner. A little bit of dust on the inside of that turn as well. And that was enough for him to drop from 2nd to 7th, maybe 8th. Look at the speed these lot are carrying. He's still got full damage running down the hill. Engine and gearbox all right, luckily. Just aero, but it will make him run slow. A little bit of a wobble on the wheel as well, I can imagine, until that fixes itself. A lot of work to do then for Ice Chan. It's all falling to bits for him on the soft tyres. So back to the front then. Dylan now with a great big pile of fresh air behind him, with or without a penalty. He's going to stay in front. 3.9, 4 seconds ahead of Skippy now. Here we're just coming up to that penalty line as we speak. Brakes get applied, back on the throttle, and he's still got 4.3 seconds. You tell me, he's too good. Don't forget to hit that like button, people. I'm going to refresh now to see how many people have done it, if I can figure out where the mouse has gone. Boom. Better than none. Skippy then in that second position, 3.9 down, medium tyres on, and no offence Skippy, but he's not as quick as Dylan. Dylan should be able to retain this lead, depending on what everyone else does. Again, the majority of the faster drivers have gone for the medium tyre for first stint as well. And you've already seen what Dylan's been able to do on those, how far he's been able to stretch that gap out in front. Obi and Mockin pretty close. Mockin close enough to go for a move down into the bottom of the hill, possibly. Hail Mary, he's going to go for it. He has a little look. Oh, Obi slots back across. There must have been paint removed. Someone's number plate is missing a letter. They were very close as they came across in front of each other. They are still neck and neck through here as well then. Olson into 5th, 2.2 behind those two. He's got about a similar gap behind him to Manny. Nice Chand car now fully repaired. Though it still holds its dents, it's not running slow anymore, but that front right is absolutely screaming out to be changed. He throws himself in the pits this lap then, 13.5 minutes into race 2. Softs just done and dusted. Nick Vick comes in as well, he's getting rid of the softs. Footer stays out for another lap on his set of softs. And Daly is going to finally make up a couple of positions. So medium tyres on for Dylan then, 5.7 seconds up the road from Skippy now. Weeks then back in front. Was that through Psychopath down through turn 1? He's managed to get that position back. 3rd then for Mockin, 4th for Obi. Obi's still pretty close, he might be able to get the run back on Mockin down here. Closing up as we come into the second part of the tunnel. Look at the speed he's carrying, should be able to go for the move. No, it's just going to help Mockin Weeks out, try and close the pair of them up onto the back end of Skippy. There he is just in front. They can close up on Skippy, they can push to try and hunt down a Dylan. It is going to be a hunt. They may even have to lay traps. Ulsan travelling so fast, still hasn't blown any of those leaves off his car. Manny holding 6th, Pilgrim 7th. Slayer in 8th, Apache in 9th, Mockin Weeks comes in the pits this lap now then. Mickey J in 10th, Footer in 11th, Dazzler in 12th, Bandali in 13th, Ice Chand back out then on a fresh set of mediums, Nick Vick also out on a fresh set of mediums. Dylan, 7.5 seconds up the road at the minute. He's got the soft tyres left to put on halfway through race 2. He's made the mediums last really well here. Probably going to push these to about the 17, maybe the 20-minute mark. He's been faster than anybody else. He's got the fastest lap, even with the medium tyres on versus some of the other drivers with the softs on. He might lose that now they've swapped over to the softs, but I'm sure he'll probably regain that once he sticks a set of softs on. Skippy then second. So the chasing pair of Mockin Weeks and Obi-Wan now way off that fight. Mulsar in 3rd then, medium tyres still on board for him. Manny still got the mediums on for himself as well in 4th. Pilgrim mediums for Tyre Slayer, still doing a couple of extra laps on these. Apache on the mediums still in 7th. Mickey J on the mediums in 8th. Mockin Weeks fresh set of softs in 9th, so he comes back out the pits just in front of Footer. Yet to change those tyres. The softs pretty worn out by now, I can imagine. Obi-Wan as well, back out the pits. Fresh set of softs on board for him as well. See what he can do on that. Now they're nice and fresh and slightly softer. And Daly into 12th, not stopped yet. Nice Chand stopped, fresh set of mediums on for him. Dazzler, fresh set of softs on now, and Nick Vick on the fresh set of mediums. Okay, with Skippy coming in the pits, Dylan now has a 14-second lead. So Skippy in the pits. Scotty Skippy back out the pits in 8th. So are we going to see Dylan in at the end of this lap? Again, he's got plenty of life left in those tyres if he wants to carry on. He's putting in decent lap times as well. Lost about a second over his fastest, but still pressing. Son in second, then Manny pretty close to him now, just half a second. Can he get the run down the hill? You're not close enough to go for the move. Close up a little bit quicker on this run down, but I don't think it's quite close enough. Right on the exit though, he's going to close that gap up a little bit more on Mulsanne through these next couple of corners due to that nice line. All over his tail end then coming into these last couple of corners. Is anybody going to opt for a pit? Oh, a little bit of contact between the two. I think Mulsanne was coming in the pits. Lucky that was. And he stops out then. Race leader also in the pits this lap. So Manny, who has not stopped, will temporarily take the lead of the race. Can he use it to his advantage? Probably got enough fuel to last the race. Can you get in, get back out before Dylan and everybody else? Tyre Slayer comes through as well. He's yet to stop. Dylan back out already then. 10 seconds off of Manny. That'll be falling pretty damn quickly. He's now out on a fresh set of softs. You watch that fastest lap time fall. 1:52.719 it currently is. It's on both sides of the screen. Over there. These two have got to throw themselves in the pits though before the end of the race. .3 seconds over a Tyre Slayer. Tyre Slayer's got 2.8 over Dylan. That is not going to last for long. That's going to be... That's what's happening to that. Dylan on these softs. Look, just round this next turn. You watch. It's 2.7 seconds gap at the minute between these two. It's 2.9 on the way in. Look at that on the way out. Chopped him. Falling rapidly then. Manny in the pits this lap. Are we going to see Tyre Slayer do the same? He peels over to the left hand side. That is going to release Dylan back into the lead of the race. Doesn't have to go for the chase or the move on those two. Mocking Weeks though closing up on him. Fresh tyres on board. Let's just see what the gap is when they come across the line. 2.6 seconds between them, but we are slowly running out of laps. These tyres got a few extra laps on it as well. Stopping a little bit earlier than Dylan. Obi-Wan in third. A little bit of a gap back to Skippy now in fourth. Gaps opening up all over the place really. Mulsanne in fifth. Another 3 seconds back. Manny just coming out of the pits. Is he going to slot in? There goes Ice Chand through. So Manny comes out in seventh. Just behind Ice Chand. Just in front of Apache. That's everybody now with fresh tyres on. Everybody's had a fresh set. Tyre Slayer brand new fresh set of softs. Oh, just see Ricky J coming in. Sorry, Ricky J coming out with a fresh set of softs. Nick Vick changed. Van Daly changed. Footer just come out as well. Fresh set of mediums on. Van Daly though in 14th. Hunting down Nick Vick. See how he gets on with that by the end of the race. Dylan then 3.1 seconds ahead of Mockin. The GTR not finding its legs in this race, maybe not liking this circuit quite so much. Holding its own though, third position, not too bad. Skippy 1.4 seconds behind him. Very doubtful he's going to close up to Mockin Weeks and Dylan. Yeah, that gap's opened up tremendously since we last saw that little straight there. It's a whole second, in fact, that's opened up. Minutes into race 2 then, 7 minutes remaining. That corner's the penalty corner. He's got the lines though, Dylan. Seems to have found the limit on the corners of what he can and can't do, the places he can and can't drive. In third. Skippy 4th, makes up a couple of tenths on Obi. That was 1.4, it's down to 1.2. Skippy, if he really presses, he might be on for a little bit of a fight here with Obi. San having a little lonely one at the minute. He's got 4 seconds in front to Skippy, 2.7 seconds back to Ice Chand. He unfortunately spun himself off. This very corner, I just wanted to let him get through there before I said it. Didn't want to jinx it. Yeah, you can see all the dents and dings on Ice Chand's car. That was the result. Being hunted at the moment by Manny, 0.5 of a second behind him. Won't be close enough to get the move at the bottom of the hill, but will definitely bring that time down. Pilgrim in 8th, 4.2 seconds back. Tyre Slayer another 1.2 seconds behind him. NSX versus NSX. We've got Apache just lurking in the background as well in his Supra. 10th position. Dazzler in 11th. A long way down, unfortunately. Ricky J 5 seconds behind him in 12th. Van Daly 1.6 seconds behind Ricky J. So could close up. Might be on for a little bit of a fight. Nick Vick then in 14th, 1.3 seconds behind Ban, and Footer 7 seconds off the field at the minute. So last few laps coming up. Dylan stretches his lead up front, 4.4 seconds. Mockin Weeks can't do anything. Dylan had waited an extra couple of laps before sticking those soft tyres on, and it's working out in his favour. Mockin Weeks might just have to be a little bit careful of that front right. If he pushes it too hard into some of these turns, that might be blown out before the end of this race. He has got... He has got 8.7 seconds back to this man. Skippy still bringing that time down. Still at 1.2, but he is sort of yo-yoing that time backwards and forwards. What's their tyre wear like? A lot better on Skippy's car. He can carry a little bit more pace around some of these turns. Needs to start doing that ASAP to bring that time down. Makes up a couple of tenths through there. Chase is on then for Skippy. Just able to control it through the S's though, opens that time back up. The Australian might just have to settle for 4th here. Back to the front of the race then. 5 second lead for Dylan now. Going to be 27 minutes in. Still a couple of laps left. Mockin in 2nd, then Obi 3rd. Again being hunted by Skippy. press a little bit more through the corner. Skips, I think you'll get him. Mulsanne in 5th then again. 4+ seconds either side for him. Bit of a lonely one at the minute. Ice Chan holding 6th. Manny all over the back of him though in 7th. Let's go defensive coming into turn 1 for Ice Chan. Again, nowhere to go through these switchback left and rights. Just got to keep yourself bolted onto the rear end of the driver and look for the move up the inside of some of these turns. Ice Chan not able to keep the power down through there, so he's had to leave the door open and allow Manny to go through. Might be able to stick to his back end and chase him down this next long straight, we'll see. Oh, not like that. That's cost him 3/4 of a second back by the time he enters the tunnel. Needed to not clatter into the wall on the way through that first part. Not going to be able to make move down here. He's going to have to wait for a couple more corners before closing that gap up again. Pilgrim in 8th as I just watched Tyre Slayer sling one up the inside. A lot better tyres on board for Tyre Slayer than it is for Pilgrim, so obviously able to brake later, turn quicker, turn faster, turn tighter, everything more than Pilgrim. You might just see that gap start to open up as well between those two. Apache's fallen off the back of those two. He's now 3.5 seconds back in 10th. Dazzler 8.5 seconds down in 11th. Bandali 12th, 10.3 seconds back. Nobody else in front for him to fight tonight, I don't think. Ricky J in 13th. Nick Vick, we just find him backwards on track. His medium's catching him out. Big dent on the front of that. Footer Engineering now will close up on him. Nick Vick's still got this damage as well. That's going to slow him down around these next couple of corners. Can Footer make it work for him? Look at this, Dylan up front, still stretching that time between himself and Watkins. 6.5 seconds. Final lap then. It's on then for Skippy. He's pretty close to Obi heading down here. He's keeping that thing absolutely arrow straight. Obi goes a little bit defensive on the way into this hairpin. Skippy scoops over to the outside. He wants to run back up the inside. Oh, there's no gap for him. And this is going to be final lap then as the just watch Dylan coming around these last couple of corners. Right, on track, looking for any chaos or mayhem happening. That's pretty much the closest battle on track. Last two drivers pretty close as well. But Dylan, 2 out of 2 tonight. Win in race 1. Fastest lap as well in race 2. I told you that would come down a bit. A full second that dropped. Mocking Weeks is going to come home in 2nd. It was hard fought, but he wasn't able to chase it down at Dylan in the end. Skippy still really close to Obi, but Obi's just managed to fend him off for the last few laps, so holds on to that 3rd position for Obi. Skippy 4th. Mulsanne is going to come home in 5th. Manny takes 6th. Ice Chan got it wrong somewhere, comes home in 7th. Tyre Slayer takes 8th. Pilgrim swerving across the line takes 9th. Apache comes home in 10th. Dazzler down towards the line. He's going to take 11th. Bandali just onto that start-finish straight now. Down towards the line himself. Going to come home in 12th position. Again, debut race for him tonight with the P1 boys, him and Mulsanne, but looks like they did all right. Ricky J takes 13th. Footer did finally get past Nick Vick, then takes 14th place. Or does he? Yes, he does. Just Footer takes 14th. Nick Vick comes home in 15th. There it is. Round 3 done and dusted. Dylan on top spot for both of those. Banhammer coming for you then again, sir. There we go. Round 3 done and dusted. So I am actually back tomorrow night with the DK10 sim racing crew. So that's going to be 8:30 tomorrow. It's old school, historic F1 cars. So we're not talking slipstream, we're not talking aero, we're talking a silver tube with an engine and 4 wheels sticking out the side. Those things, I can't imagine they're going to grip very well. That's going to be fun. They're going to be sideways. So that's tomorrow night at 8:30. No racing on Thursday this week. We're taking an Easter break. The Greek guys can't make it, plus there's a lot of other people on holiday anyway, so nobody's racing on Thursday. You boys will have to let me know whether we're still racing on Sunday next week due to the same reasons. I don't know at the minute. But yeah, racing tomorrow night at 8:30, possibly racing on Sunday night at 9 o'clock, depending on whether we're racing or not due to the Easter break, but nothing happening on Thursday. That will happen in a week's time. So come and check that out. So 8:30 Mondays, leave it a week, and then 9 o'clock Thursdays and 9 o'clock Sundays if it's happening due to, could be being Easter. Could be. I don't know. But that's going to be it from me tonight, people. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, what I want you to do is tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.